Hello and welcome to News Now on TV360. I'm Thelma Okoro. The Nigerian army has killed a suspected suicide bomber who tried to set off explosives in the University of Maiduguri, Borno State, northeast Nigeria. The incident was confirmed by the school spokesman Tanko Ahmed. He said the suicide bomber was shot trying to infiltrate the school through the works department. The attempted attack is the second time the school has been attacked this year. In January 2017, 5 people were killed, including a professor and the 2 suicide bombers. The Nigerian Armed Forces has restated its commitment to end terrorism in the country. Director of Defense Information Major General John Eneche stated this in Abuja, the nation's capital city. He says the military remains a united force in the insurgency war.
I want to state categorically here that by statistical relation, there is no depletion in our strength. Why do I say so? The general public is aware that every year there is recruitment into the armed forces, and that is planned and done based on the expected rate of attrition. So there's no depletion at any point in time. In the military, as you know, worldwide, you hold a ground with the men, and you can also cover with equipment. So all the areas in the northeast are covered both with men and equipment. What people may even want to observe, if I want to assume in their thought, is that why do you see slight incursions here and there sometimes? It is like armed robbery, it's criminality. They don't have any foothold. They go across the border, and when they come like thieves, strike, see any animal kill with human beings and then go back. So they are not having any foothold again on any of our territory. So it's criminality now. And there's no longer insurgency. Like I kept saying, there was terrorism, there's terrorism and insurgency put together. We killed the insurgency, now it's terrorism, instilling fear into people. And that one, adequate information from the general public will go a long way. In addition to the 1 battalion of military working dogs that the Chief of Army Staff has injected into the notice. Sooner than later, it will be a thing of the past.
The Bring Back Our Girls campaign group has accused the Nigerian government of complacency in search of the remaining 195 missing Chibok schoolgirls. On the 3rd day to commemorate the 3rd year since the abduction of the schoolgirls, the group says it is still asking the president to fulfill his promise and rescue the girls immediately.
On the 9th of 14th and 15th April 2014, 276 female students were kidnapped from the government secondary school in the town of Chibok in Borno State. While Boko Haram and extremist terrorist groups claimed responsibility for the kidnappings, many Nigerians and even foreigners started a campaign for the rescue and release of these girls. 3 years now, and only a handful of them have returned home safely. Most have reportedly been married off, while some have been declared dead. While it seems many Nigerians have forgotten the missing Chibok girls, the Bring Back Our Girls group is not relenting in their efforts to secure the release of these girls.
The government had woefully disappointed the Nigerian public on the entirety of its shoddy handling of our Chibok girls and their tragedy. This global week of action is a time that our movement declared loudly, enough is enough. No more excuses. Bring back our girls now and alive. Close to 2 years ago, during our global week of action to mark day 500 of the abduction, our team was 500 days is too long. Today, sadly, we are reiterating on the 3rd year of the abduction. We have no intention of repeating this. 3 years too long. No more excuses. Bring back our girls. Furthermore, regarding the 24 Chibok girls that are back, the media reports or sparse information from the government on their well-being almost only touches on the 21 it negotiated their release. We ask, where are the other 3 Chibok girls? The poor and rather opaque communication by the federal government on its rehabilitation program for the 24 girls keeps even families in the dark, leading to some asking for updates from our movement.
As the Bring Back Our Girls group begins its global week of action to mark the 3rd year of the missing girls, they say the government should do all it can to secure the release of the remaining 195 schoolgirls. Flourish Alonge, TV360, Lagos.
Police authorities in Lagos have confirmed that 5 security officials, including an army captain, were killed by suspected militants in Ikorodu area of the state. The incident occurred on Sunday evening. Commissioner of Police in Lagos, Fatai Owosheni, said the incident happened while the officers were trying to rescue some people abducted by the militants. The state government has also commiserated with the families of the security officials, insisting that the perpetrators will be arrested. The Lagos state government has denied reports that 2 people have died from meningitis in the state. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control had on April 7th released statistics which claimed that the meningitis outbreak had killed 2 people in Lagos state. The statistics also indicated that 3 cases have been recorded in the state so far. But in a statement, Jide Idris, the Commissioner for Health in Lagos, said the report is untrue. The country has recently recorded over 340 deaths in the latest meningitis outbreak. Nigeria's Chief of Army Staff has urged military officers to handle security documents in a manner that will not jeopardize national interest. He was speaking at a 2-day security workshop in Abuja. The Army Chief was represented by the Chief of Policy and Plans Army Headquarters, Major General Chris Jemitola.
The social media has brought additional challenges to information security, which are being used by misguided personnel, contrary to our service rules. The Nigerian Army has extant policy on the use of the social media, which prohibits, among others, the use of social media to discuss or disclose service matters. It is indeed very unfortunate and unprofessional for service personnel to resort to the social media to disclose classified information or express grievances, when the Nigerian Army has well-established channels for addressing complaints.
In the generation of these documents that convey the intention of commanders are vast on the contemporary challenges that could jeopardize document security. It is against this background that this workshop has been organized to improve the professional competence of Nigerian Army officers and other participants in maintaining the sanctity of service documents. It is designed to refresh what officers already know on document security and to further acquaint them with modern office management procedure and professional ethics.
Royal Dutch Shell and ENI have both insisted that they did nothing wrong in the purchase of an oil block here in Nigeria. The comments follow media reports alleging how hundreds of millions of dollars from the 2 companies were used for illicit payments. In a statement, both oil majors say the allegations in the reports were not supported by facts of the investigations conducted to date. Court in Nigeria and Milan are investigating the 2011 purchase of an oil block which industry figures suggest could hold more than 9 billion barrels of crude oil. The management of the National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) has dismissed 4 top officials of the state oil firm. Their dismissal comes over the missing petrol scandal involving Capital Oil and Gas Nigeria Limited. The committee reportedly found the officials culpable and recommended their dismissal from service. The case and the officials are now to be referred to the EFCC for a full-scale investigation. Family members of Nnamdi Kanu have accused prison authorities in Kuje prison of denying them access to him. Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, a group in the eastern part of the Nigerian country. He is currently being detained at the Kuje prison in Abuja.
For many families, having a loved one locked up in prison can be frustrating. What's more frustrating than that is being denied access to them. This is the scenario that played out in Kuje prison in Abuja. The family and friends of Biafra leader Nnamdi Kanu say they have been denied access to him.
This morning we were there before 7 o'clock in the morning because they said we should come earlier because people are coming to see him. While we are there, they said no, they will not allow us in until we go down to Bobara Ward to go and get a paper. I sent my women to go down there. They went and get the paper, that is a name. From there, they came back to the prison. They said they now asked them to go another place again. They went. Later on, they said they should put up application, which they wrote and type it out, print it out. Still, upon all these things, they refuse us entry.
Gloria's allegation is the first time anyone has reported being denied access to Nnamdi Kanu. Many Nigerians, including top politicians, traditional rulers, and even actors, have in the past all visited the Kuje prison where he is currently being held to show their support. Speaking on the latest allegations, Kanu's lawyer, Emeka Uguonye, condemned the development and promised to investigate the matter.
I got the information that some people went to visit him in prison, but we are not allowed to do so. I am investigating that information, and as I indicated, we are going to take appropriate steps to contact the relevant authorities in government, particularly the prisons, to demand and know why these people were not allowed to see him, and to explore ways to make sure that they will be allowed to see him and other visitors will be allowed to see him.
Kanu and 3 others are facing charges of treasonable felony. They have been denied bail several times since his arrest in 2015. A federal high court in Abuja will on April 25th decide whether to grant him bail or not. Flourish Alonge, TV360, Lagos.
The Nigerian police force has denied reports that it gave an order to the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State to kill State Governor Nyesom Wike. Wike had, in an interview over the weekend, alleged that the Inspector General of Police Force, Ibrahim Idris, had given orders to the Rivers State Police Commissioner to kill him. In a statement released by its public relations officer, Jimoh Moshood, the police denied the allegations. Instead, it revealed that over 221 police officials are attached currently to the state governor for his personal and office protection. The Nigerian government has denied reports of an earthquake at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. Minister of Aviation Senator Hadi Sirika explained that the vibrations were not in any way a structural issue, but the result of the unlatched doors where some coolers which have been put into use are housed. The minister further disclosed that the engineering department were working on the chillers. The police force have confirmed the kidnap of the Cross River State Commissioner for Water Resources, Gabriel Oduoji. According to the State Command, Oduoji was kidnapped by unknown gunmen in the early hours of Sunday in Calabar South local government area of the state. The police added that officials are now working to ensure the safe release of the commissioner.
That was a very good business.
Yeah.
The furniture you brought was very perfect.
But that's how we roll.
Let me do you receipts.
Yeah. How much was it again?
1 million naira.
Okay, write 2.5.
Mbano. The deal was for 1 million naira now.
Okay, write 3 million. I'll give you 500.
Oh no! I just do business like that now. Yeah.
In that case, give me back my check. Let me go and look for someone that understand business.
Take.
Your loss.
It is only for incorruptible customers. What are you talking?
Now get out.
What kind of this?
You will just die.
No,
You will die.
That is the door. Now get out from here.
Rubbish.
Look, my people, make not really add money for original invoice price. That's not corruption. Say no, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Thanks for staying with us. It's now time for business news with Fidelia.
Thank you, Thelma. Nigeria's central bank says it plans to sell shorter-dated dollar forwards to inject liquidity into the official market and try to support the naira. The local currency has weakened on both the official and black markets. The currency slid past 400 naira on the black market, trading at 402 as at Friday. The naira also fell to 328 per dollar on the official market on Monday. The CBN also says it will sustain its intervention in the foreign exchange market to further achieve stability of the naira. The Apex Bank over the weekend released $418 million, which it says was to ensure ample supply of foreign exchange liquidity in the market. The CBN has so far injected over $1 billion in the foreign exchange market in an attempt to ease the pressure on the local currency. Oil prices rose further above $55 a barrel on Monday, supported by another shutdown at Libya's largest oil field. Brent crude rose 42 cents to trade at $55.66 a barrel, while US crude was up 33 cents to trade at $52.57 a barrel. Oil also climbed on heightened tension in the Middle East, a region that is home to more than a quarter of the world's oil output. That's all on business. More stories coming up. Don't go away.
Corruption not in my country.
Hello? Yeah, I found your wallet in front of a supermarket. Meet me at Apple Junction. Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Now we find out. Two of us.
Thank you very much, officer. You know, it's surprising that men like you still exist in the police force.
Yes, so...
Oh, yes.
This is just a token of my appreciation.
Oh, no, you don't need to do this. We're only doing our job.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Now I know police is really my friend.
Yes.
Friend. Hey. Okay, which came up with this one? I don't understand.
You know your problem. You are greedy. I'm a policeman who is doing his job. All forms of corruption in the force. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has announced a 3-month state of emergency after attacks on 2 Coptic churches that left at least 44 people dead. The measures allows authorities to make arrests without warrants and search people's homes. It needs to be approved by parliament before it is implemented in the country. So-called Islamic State militants said it was behind the blasts in Tanta and Alexandria on Palm Sunday. The group has targeted Copts in Egypt recently and warns of more attacks. At least 5 persons have been confirmed dead after a suicide bomber blew himself up at a military academy in Somalia's capital. Somalia's Islamic extremist rebels Al-Shabaab have since claimed responsibility for that attack. This comes days after the president of the country urged the group to surrender its weapons in exchange for amnesty. Al-Shabaab has been waging a deadly insurgency on the Western-backed Somalia federal government since the mid-2000s. Moving on to sports stories now, Nigerian champions Enugu Rangers have sacked its head coach Imama Amakpakabu after some strings of poor results. The Flying Antelopes have endured a torrid season, so far winning just 3 of its 14 matches in the Nigerian Professional Football League. They currently occupy the last position on the league table, though they are still have 3 outstanding games. The Eastern-based side have also crashed out of the CAF Champions League and also on the verge of elimination from the CAF Confederations Cup. Katsina United fans attacked players and officials of visiting Eyimba FC after the goalkeeper of the Aba-based club allegedly punched a ball boy in the face. Reports state that Eyimba's Ghanaian goalkeeper Fatau Dauda punched the ball boy in the face, who had to be rushed to the hospital. Fans of the Premier League newcomers tried to attack Dauda in retaliation, who had to be escorted by policemen from the pitch soon after the match. The crowd then attacked the Eyimba team, destroying their bus and injuring some of the players and officials. Meanwhile, the NFF is yet to comment on the incident. Mesut Ozil wants Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger's future to be cleared up before he commits himself to the club. Ozil is currently stalling over a new contract with the club, with his existing deal due to expire in a year's time. He suggests he will not make a decision on his future until he knows what Arsene Wenger is doing. Wenger, who is Arsenal's manager for over 20 years, is out of contract at the end of the season and has planned to make an announcement about his future in the club very soon. Well, that's it on News Now. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Thelma Okoro.